Question 16. Would you research mortgages on the internet? And if so, where would you go for advice on the internet? What keywords would you enter?
I did look at mortgages on the internet, even the last time when we had this really good independent advisor, but I still wanted to sort of double check that the kind of rates that he was offering us compared with the ones online. And I think I just searched for mortgage deals or something and went to Money Supermarket or one of those with the really big sites where they have lists and lists and lists of loads of mortgages, and I just eyeballed them really just to make sure that the kind of interest rates and the terms and the length of the mortgage and stuff was sort of similar to what he was suggesting for us.
I'd start with Google. I always start with Google and see what comes up. There's usually forums and things. There's also places like there's millions of places where you can compare mortgages, but to have an actual understanding of them before you compare them, I'd go around the forums. And Money Tips, that man that does Money Tips, he's good for understanding what you're getting. When you've chosen what you get, then you go to a comparison site.
Well, I would research mortgages on the website, but often I'd probably start off with going through one of the big sort of like moneyexpert.com or something like that to sort of say what's the best deals in the market, and then I would go into the individual company websites and see what they were. Keywords, I suppose I would have looked. I don't know what keywords I'd put in because I suppose I'm aware of like Money Saving Expert and these people, the Motley Fool and things that you could go through, and so I probably wouldn't have searched under a keyword. I'd have gone straight to those sites. Would you?
Yeah.
I tend to use one of the I do use the one of the sort of portal sites. Money Supermarket is probably the first port of call. I can't remember what it's, Money Supermarket dot whatever, because it just comes up on the browser.
There's only one place you'd look first.
Yeah, I use
Martin's Money Tips.
Yes.
That's where you would look. And I suppose if you were just going to do a straight, you'd put mortgages best rates. Those would be the keywords, wouldn't they?
Probably, yeah.
We'd look on Google, wouldn't we? We'd look on Google.
Google.
Mortgage and cheap. We'd always put cheap first.
Cheap.
Mortgage advisor.
Cheap mortgage advisor. Not cheap in the cheap.
Rubbish.
Cheap mortgages.
No, we
what advisor? How would you get an advisor?
Mortgage advisor. Chiswick.
Well, because we say he's cheap because he's actually free. He's got to be free.
Or free. We'd possibly put in free.
Well, he's going to be free. That's what we suggest. The banks pay him.
Mortgage advisor Chiswick.
Yeah, exactly. Mortgage advisor Chiswick.
Yep. Google.
Oh my word. Well, I clearly have done in the past, because that's how I ended up with my online guy. What did I suppose I'd probably just type mortgages or private. It's not commercial, so maybe private mortgages or personal mortgages. I don't know what the right word is. And just see what that throws up. I don't think I wouldn't put cheap or. So what does that mean? Just mortgages, probably, to be honest.
So what would you enter?
I probably would. Because it's almost compulsory now to search everything on the internet.
I think you could go on compare.com.
It'd be a comparison website, almost certainly a comparison website, and it would be something like cheap mortgages, value mortgages, along those lines. I don't know, as far as web searches goes, it's whatever comes into your head at that moment in time, and then one search, as far as when I'm looking for things, one search leads to another. You see a word on one and you think, oh, let's see where that takes me, and look at it like that. But I would probably be leaning towards the compare sites anyway, which we know. So
you'd start by looking at most of the high street banks and building societies, or websites I know of as Money Supermarket and some of the big comparison websites. but
What's
only
that,
ever
Money Super?
but only ever use those as a starting point, and then do more research depending on what you can actually find out from those.